Okay, don't shoot. So, my name is Yocheved, and where do you want me to look? In the black,
No,
the blue? Anywhere?
don't look.
Look at you?
Yeah.
Okay. So my name is Yocheved. I wasn't born with that name. I was born with the name Carrie. I married when I was 16, so now I'm 44 years old, and I have 12 children, and I have 8 grandchildren.
Wow.
Baruch Hashem. She was born in ER, so she's almost 2 years old. And when she was 10 weeks old, they told me that I had a gadol. No, my bean pole. Don't touch my bean pole. This are my bean seeds.
Yeah.
And I put them in here and they drop to the ground and start to grow.
Want me again?
Can I tell her the special story of how you were born?
I don't even know it.
Sure. What
happened with our phones?
Something really interesting happened to bring Nachman into the world. And when people meet him, they always have kind of the impression that he's
Ima, I'm everywhere. Want to come
special.
to me and Abba. And Uman, I'm on his shoulders, he's on the floor. And Uman, I'm everywhere.
Pictures of
Yeah, everywhere.
I saw in his sefer that if a person wants the zechut of having a male child, the person should make a neder to Hashem that he'll name him Nachman. And I wanted to call a child Nachman. That was exciting. So I said, Hashem, I make a neder that I'll call the child Nachman if you'll give me a boy son. And then my husband told me he saw the same thing. So he named him in his bread, Nachman Boaz. My sister, sometime later, just asked me where that is because she had 7 girls and never had had a son. So that seemed like a really good thing for her. But she didn't find it. And many other people didn't find it. Then we began to realize
Abba every day shows me that.
that Rabbeinu had stuck a secret passage that only my husband and I had eyes to see because he wanted to do a specialness for us and to send us this special child and to make sure that his name would be called Nachman. Here's Nehemiah.
Ta-da!
Who also has many stories to tell.
I don't have any stories to tell.
What?
Nothing, just coming to say hi.
Okay, so stay and visit with me for a minute.
Can't really.
Yeah,
I'll
let's
go
stay.
back to work. You want me to visit with you?
Just
Let me
take a
add
few
your
minutes.
I'll
phone.
drink
this
a cup
number?
or two with you.
Okay, make me some tea.
Can
I'll
you
drink
just
tea.
tell me?
At a certain point in my life, I did a conversion. I left Christianity that I'd been raised in for my whole life. I went to school with Jewish children and began to speak to them in Judaism and Christianity and compare things. And then as I got older, I began to take it more seriously. I would buy books and I would read, and then it became a very, very important part of my life. And at one point, then I decided to convert and become Jewish. At that point, my husband and I divorced. He didn't want to become Jewish. He made a custody suit on me to try to get the children, and he won.
When that tree was 2, you were 1. And then it was 3, you were 2, and it was whatever.
It was like a decree that was set in Shemaim, and on the very day that we hit 36 months, they went out. My oldest daughter who wasn't required to go to the father. So at 18, she came to Israel and made Aliyah, and she found somebody that she wanted to marry, and we kind of cooked up a plan at that point of maybe how to get the children back. We decided together that she would invite him to the wedding, and hopefully he would agree to come and bring the children. Once we got to Israel for the wedding, and it came to their last day in Israel, they begged him to let him stay with me overnight, that they could have a slumber party with me overnight. On that last day, they called their father up, and they told him that they weren't going to be going back with him. He immediately called up the Jerusalem police and filed an international kidnapping report against me, saying that I was holding the children. The lawyer at that point began to mention names of people high up in the police department. One of them was his sister, who had a high up position in the police department. When the police began to hear this, they changed their minds and said, "Fine, take the children, take them home." And we haven't seen or heard from him since. And that was it. And that was exactly 36 months to the day that they were taken. They were taken on Purim, which was the 15th of Adar, the second Adar that year. 36 months later was Tu B'Shvat, and they then returned to me. The whole court battle brought us extremely close to Rabbi Nachman. It was necessary to keep me alive, that I had to come close to Rabbi Nachman, or it would have killed me, literally, the court battle.
We have a joke, it's like a race. And who's winning the race? The one who is eating the most of Rabbi Nachman's words. The more you eat, the faster you go. Now we're just trying to get fat on Ravina. Because every person has his own story, and the tzaddik can answer every person's question. The job of a mafitz amiti is to just see that and say, this is what you need to know. Simple.
Because Rabbi Nachman says the mouth that practices Hipuridu takes on the air of Ruach HaKodesh, and you don't know what that person needs to hear, but yet it'll pop out of your mouth, and they'll go like, wow, that's just what I needed to hear. So that's the form of afatsa we want to practice, to where we're tied into the soul of Hashem, and then we can help other people be tied into the soul of Hashem. So first we have to have our own lives in order, and then we can help other people have their lives in order. It's like this.
Bidiyuk. I always have to go back to Saba and say, אם ידעתי אז מה שאני יודע עכשיו, הייתי לספור יותר. I was living in Denver, Colorado, whenever it was. I was probably divorced from a woman, and we didn't have any kids. It was just a short marriage. So here I was, running around Denver in the Jewish community, and I just saw this woman with her 5 kids, probably all of them in one stroller, and maybe one boy helping her push the stroller, and the rest of them in the stroller. And I took one look, and it was a done deal. This is for me. I said, a beauty like that, I'll take her and all that comes with her. She was the radiant shining of the glory of God.
was almost Yom HaAtzmaut. And I went to the hospital. And this time the bleeding wouldn't stop. By the time I got to the hospital, I'd lost a lot of blood, and I knew it. I thought when I got to the doctors, they'd begin to do something to stop the blood. And they didn't. They were preparing to let me die. My husband was on my left. My sister was on my left. And she kept pulling out pads of blood from underneath me. My soul started to go out of my body. And that was okay. But I must not have felt it was a good time. So I screamed, Abba, at the top of my lungs. I want to live. I want to live. The bleeding stopped.
A 3-stranded string is not easy to break. That's where we're all headed. But all her beauty is shining right now. I can see that. So beautiful.
Some have called him other things, but we like to call him Dove Bear. And he's a guy that was very, very poor. Barely kept his body and soul together. Very poor. One day he found a diamond and he became very excited that maybe his fate had changed. He got himself to the seacoast. He had this beautiful diamond, but it was a catch-22 because how was he gonna? He met up with the captain of the ship and he asked him, "Can I talk to you?" And he talked to him and he showed him the diamond, in fact, and said, "I have this diamond and I plan to sell it in London. I just need a room on your boat so I can get there and be able to sell it." The captain was really excited because then he realized Dove Bear was a rich man. "Come, come," and he took him onto a ship and he gave him a beautiful room and beautiful food and beautiful furnishings, everything. And then one day when he was sitting and enjoying the diamond while eating his food, he fell asleep while he was eating, and the steward came in to clear the table and shook it out the window, and there went the diamond into the sea. Oh, this is where the story turns. So now Dove Bear was a very poor man. Again, he woke up from his nap and seeing there was no diamond anywhere, he began to scurry around the apartment that he was in, the cabin. Where's my diamond? Looking under everything, freaking out, shaking, and he knew that that captain was not really a nice man. And if he wanted to, he could easily throw him overboard. And he was afraid that might be what would happen to him if the captain found out. So he sat down with the Lakotei Marlan and he read, "En shum yesh ba'olam kulo." So he put a smile on his face, a forced smile and forced simcha. He decided to see where this would lead him. And the captain, for his turn of things, he really liked Dove Bear. Something just really got him about Dove Bear's simplicity and his honesty. And the heart of the captain really trusted in him. He needed to have somebody to sign for him for wheat he was to receive and to try to sell in London. And he realized Dove Bear would be the perfect person to do the job. So he approached him about this and said, "Dove Bear, you know, I have a favor, a really big favor that I need you to do. You'll get a lot of money for doing it, but I need you to sign here on this dotted line for the wheat that they want to bring onto my ship right now, and to take possession of it for me until I can sell it Dober said, sure, Captain, no problem. And they rejoiced. They had wine and meat and fish that day and partied. So he continued to show that face of happiness that Rabbeinu said we need to work on, really trying to push ourselves into the simcha. The king, very soon after, became sick. The captain died, and all the wheat instantly became no bears. Dover now became richer from the wheat by far than he would have become from the diamond. But this idea that Rabbi Nachman gives, it's a way that you can live your life, where you constantly just learn to let go from the ego. Shem gave Dover a diamond, but boy, he's gonna lose the diamond. When you feel like Hashem's given you something that's yours, it's your chelek, and then you find that it's taken from you, and you feel very unsure, and then he replaces it with something greater. Oh, splash! The diamond goes into the sea. The diamond goes into the sea. Hi, hi, there we go. That's how I think that story plays out in my life.
Amen.
סוד, רופאיך בשר מפליא לעשות. רופאיך בשר מפליא לעשות. knock, 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 knock. That's good. Rosalind, look what Aunt Dasse has. You see? Come. She has a pink sweater for you.
This is another Chavaracho special.
No way. I got a letter in the mail from Chavaracho.
It was delivered by
I
hand.
printed. Really? By hand? Oh, yes, very by hand. Hey, Sarah, look at. Say hi, Sarah. Sarah's taking a picture, Hazelette. Yocheved. How did that song go that Batya sang with us? Yocheved Rachava Nachava.
I don't know if I heard it.
Batzare Yimenu. Yocheved Rachava Nachala. Batzare Yimenu. And then everybody got going in a dirge. It was crazy and it was so beautiful. It's my friend Bat Yeritstein. And she started a Shlomo Karlibach song that she dedicated to me and put Nanach into it because he loved Saba so much. And then, because I love Saba so much. And then added my name. And this is a gift for Yocheved Rachava Nachala. But Sarah Yimenu. I don't remember the last part exactly. But Sarah Yimenu.
What do you got there? More chicken?
No.
Just put it in the bowl there and we'll...
Yeah, but Yorita is only for the Aliyah. It's hard to remember that because Yorita is very overwhelming. So overwhelming, you always feel like you're gonna die somehow in it, one way or another. So the body should be strong and be able to take this ride with me in the physical world, to continue to have this wonderful adventure of Aliyah and Yerida for another Aliyah, for another Yerida, to bring on another Aliyah. That's our life here. Batzara Yimenu. Yocheved Rechava Nachala Batzara Yimenu.